Salutations, Utopians. Global here. Want to talk about today's blockbuster deal between two AFC rivals, foes, Miami Dolphins and Pittsburgh Steelers. First and foremost, let's break down the people in this deal. Jalen Ramsey, Jonnu Smith, 7th round pick, go to the Steelers. Dolphins get Minkah Fitzpatrick, safety, and a 5th round pick in 2027. Both draft picks will be in 2027. Obviously, the man of the hour and the motivation behind this deal, Aaron Rodgers. When you get a guy who's up there in years, you have to make sure you do everything to accommodate him. Now, remember, the Steelers let go of George Pickens to the Dallas Cowboys. So when that happens, naturally, it better be for something else. Now, Jonnu looked really good with Miami, and it's a little bit of a shocker that they would move off him. But sometimes you got to pay a price to get rid of another guy in Jalen Ramsey. And I think Ramsey is there, one, to kind of help leverage some of that spotlight off of Aaron Rodgers. And also because the Steelers are delineating, they got 2 more years left with their head coach Mike Tomlin on contract. They're probably going to let him get his 20 seasons title and then move on and begin their next rebuild. So the timeline's applicable, something to keep the fans busy until they do their rebuild. I think they want to give him that 20-year mark. I think only Bill Coward has that bragging right, if I'm not mistaken. But with that being said, you see what's going on between Miami and Pittsburgh. You know, like, man, it must be a lot of pressure if them two are doing a deal together. I know it's not the same NFL, but with that being said, when you have two teams that have championship aspirations, you would think that it would be off limits to try to mobilize each other. With that being said, Dolphins have had problems in their secondary for a while now, and with the injuries to Tua and the quarterback carousel that they've had historically on offense due to the injuries, the best thing they're thinking is, let's slow the game down, be able to play some defense, run the ball with our two-headed monster, and focus on clock management. This is a very humbling approach for the Miami Dolphins, in contrast to what they've been the last couple of years, where they were trying to mimic some type of greatest show on turf. And when you look at Pittsburgh, they're acting accordingly, like any team that would hire a Hall of Famer, first ballot Hall of Famer as their quarterback. We have to surround him. My understanding, Gabe Davis meeting went well. I firmly believe at this moment that the reason why they felt comfortable moving off Pickens is they felt like with Metcalf there and the way he's going to demand targets, it's an over luxury to have a guy like Pickens there who's already, even though he was as professional as you could ask for, definitely felt like he was being held back in Pittsburgh. So they went ahead and moved off him, sent him to an environment that welcomes him and his entire package without trying to dim his light or make him feel any type of inconvenience to the franchise, his explosiveness, his passion for the game. So they sent him to an environment where his emotions don't necessarily have to be filtered or censored. Now, with that being said, Jonnu Smith, I don't know if he's going to have the same kind of success. McDaniels is a brilliant offensive mind over there, and he can draw plays. Tomlin is a very meat and potatoes kind of guy. Defense, run the ball. That's what the Steelers do. That's who they've always been. They've been struggling to have a vertical game. Last year, Russell Wilson did make some amazing throws. But at the end of the day, this is like more of a... I think it's a very blanket thought process if you think that you're going to get the same kind of production out of Jonnu that he provided with the Dolphins in Pittsburgh. Yes, I do like their two-headed monster over there. I like their rookie pick out of Iowa. I do like, Metcalf. The line is returning. Okay, cool. But it's your first year with Aaron Rodgers. How much mobility does he have? Can he stand in the pocket? I don't know if Jonnu can, Tua buys time with his feet. Can Aaron do that? I don't know if he can do that. And so, to me, my concern is, at this stage, is Aaron Rodgers actually better than Tua? It's kind of hard to tell. We haven't got a good tape of him with the Jets the last couple years. So, um, all in all, I understand Miami doing what they're doing. You got the better player and a high draft pick. Uh, I felt like they won the trade. As far as this is all. It feels like it's all performative. If this is for the best team eligible for Hard Knocks, great. But if I'm talking about a championship, it just feels very Hollywood, synthetic, and nothing closer to winning a championship. If I'm being quite honest. But hey, that's just me. Hope this video was informative, Utopians. I'll try to do better next time. Global out.